Have you noticed that collagen is absolutely everywhere at the moment? You open your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, and you'll see influencers, celebrities, and well-being experts telling us that collagen is the answer to better skin, fewer wrinkles, healthier joints, and even more energy. But does it actually work? Before we begin, I'd like to reintroduce myself to new viewers. I'm Jane from Jane Long Wellbeing, and I'm a holistic therapist and wellbeing practitioner with over 23 years experience in the industry, and I've certainly noticed an increase in demand for collagen and a change in the way that collagen is marketed. So let's carry on. I'd like to share with you as well that I've recently gone down the collagen rabbit hole myself. So today I am going to share what I've discovered, what made me finally buy into buying some collagen, and what I've learned after listening to a fascinating BBC Radio 4 podcast on the subject. So a little about my menopause journey. I'm well into my 50s now, and I'll be honest, I've been spending months sitting on the shelf or the fence about collagen. Part of me has really been watching and thinking, is this clever marketing? And part of me has been wondering, does it actually help? I've been asking friends and family around me, asking what their experiences are. And recently, I've experienced some of the symptoms and things that many women are going through with menopause, and I'm sure that you'll recognise I've certainly had the brain fog. I've started to get aching joints and feeling like my body is changing. And in fact, some days it just feels like my brain is a goldfish flipping about in its bowl. You walk into a room and you completely forget why you're there, what you want to say, losing my train of thought halfway through a conversation. It's so frustrating, and I'm sure you can relate. And when you're feeling like that, it's very easy to start wondering whether the latest supplement might be the answer. So eventually I gave in and I bought some collagen, and I also bought creatine, which they say is really good for cognitive health. Now, interestingly, I didn't buy one of the influencer-led brands that we're seeing all over social media. I chose a product called BioCare, not because I know it's any better, not because I spend hours looking at clinical trials, but simply because I've used practitioner-led brands like BioCare, Cytoplan and Pure for years. And so it's kind of like the trust that I've built up with these kind of brands. It doesn't mean that the other, influencer-led brands are not any good. It's just where I felt most comfortable spending my money. But then as soon as I bought these products, something funny happens to me. The day the collagen arrived, I discovered this BBC Radio 4 programme called Sliced Bread, and I'll be sharing the link in the comments or in the description, so you can have a listen yourself. But this episode was all about collagen, and if it's all about marketing hype or if it's genuinely a product that can help and do as it says on the tin. Do the collagen supplements actually work, and what does the science actually say? And one of my biggest takeaways was that many collagen supplements are funded by the companies producing the supplements. So that does introduce a bias, but equally, who's going to be funding large studies on collagen when most major research funding quite rightly goes towards serious diseases and life-changing treatments to bring quality of life and longevity to those who are suffering with the cancers, the heart diseases, diabetes, maybe motor neuron disease, cystic fibrosis, and the list goes on. So what they are saying is that the evidence isn't yet strong enough for us to make real confident claims. I'm really sorry, I've got a snoring dog down here, but I thought that it was a very balanced perspective. But the more I listened, the more I realised something. And the most interesting question isn't, does collagen work? The most interesting question is, why are we so desperate for it to work? I don't think women are really buying collagen because they want collagen. I think they're buying hope. They're hoping, like me, I'm hoping the brain fog will improve. They're hoping the skin will look and feel better. Everyone wants more energy, and they want to feel like themselves again. They want to get their mojo back. So I'm honest, honestly, I completely understand that. I completely relate. So I think most of us have been searching for that for a long time. So where does that leave me? Now I've bought my collagen and I've listened to this information. I'm still going to continue taking the collagen and the creatine and just see what happens. I'm going to do it for a good 3 months to see what the effect is. I'm literally days in. So maybe I will notice a difference, maybe I won't. But what this experience has really reminded me that, there's not a one product or one ingredient or one solution fits all. There's no one magic ingredient, even in your skincare, your supplements, your whatever. The things that consistently make a big difference is good sleep, nourishing food, movement, supporting your stress, managing your stress and supporting your skin health, your skin barrier, and also taking time to reconnect with yourself, find some purpose, find some joy in your life, even in small amounts every day. And those things might not be as exciting as a new supplement launch, but they're often where the real magic begins. So that's actually the philosophy behind everything that I do, and that's whether reflexology or facials or my Return to Radiance program sits. I help women look at the whole picture rather than looking for a quick fix. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Have you tried collagen? Has it helped you? Have you noticed any benefits? Leave a comment below. I'd love to have a conversation. Let's continue and see where it leads. And if you'd like to find more about the Return to Radiance or any of my wellbeing offerings, you can find the details in the description below, as well as the podcast. I'll put the link for the Sliced Bread podcast down there as well. So until next time, please like this video. Remember to subscribe so you see when my next video comes along. Add a comment if you've got any experiences of collagen, and I look forward to see you next time, because true radiance starts with the way we care for ourselves every day. Have a great day.